Wow, man, things have been really crazy for the past 24 hours. On top of that, I have so many crazy news stories to share with you guys in cutting edge video that they really blew my mind. We're going to talk about Bitcoin tomorrow. There will be talk about the banking system. Also, we'll be talking about some big changes to the XRP multi-purpose video that will have a big impact on how everyone uses and thinks about XRP in the future. First, we need to take a close look at the US economy, which is important because it tells us a very important narrative. It will be putting a lot of money into the cryptocurrency market for the next couple of months, which is probably not something most of you are looking forward to. To begin, we will see that US businesses cut 55,000 jobs in October, which is a 51% increase from October. This comes after 174,000 process cuts were planned for Q3 2024, which is 19% more than Q3 2020, 2030, 23. This year, a huge 664,000 tasks have been cut, which is in line with figures from Challenger Gray and Christmas, the most because of the pandemic in 2020. Aside from the pandemic, the number of expected layoffs is now higher than it was during the financial crisis of 2008. The most people who lost their jobs this year were in the technology, healthcare, and production industries. This record has been just going up and up, as you can see. Of direction came back in 2008 and during the 2020 pandemic. Things have been pretty crazy. But even so, we're starting to see a bit more movement in those markets, which makes it look a lot like 2015 and 2016. If you men do think about that point, these days, a lot of people are wondering what this means for the economy. Also, I'm sure I have some pretty shocking information that we'll talk about with XRP soon. And I doubt that's what you guys are thinking now. The light at the end of the tunnel is really getting brighter, so to speak, and great things are on the way for XRP and the rest of the crypto market. But enough about that. Let's talk about gold prices instead, because they are a pretty good indicator of how people feel about the market in general. In general, people buy more gold when they don't know how much money they will have next. It's clear that how gold looks is very important. This chart shows that gold has generally traded against the US dollar and treasury yields. Gold costs more for foreign buyers when the US dollar gets stronger and demand goes down when the dollar gets stronger. When treasury yields go up, the potential cost of holding gold goes up. But something changed in September, and now better gold prices are holding up, even though the US dollar index has gone up in a straight line. Since the Fed began lowering rates, the 10-year average yield has gone up by almost 90 basis points. Gold fees are still being sold when they go down, and the record run is still going on. But why? Well, the main reason for this is that the gold market is pricing in a rise in inflation. In the conversation below, that was already written down. But it was clear that the markets are waiting for another way to end the war between the US and China, and price lists haven't been used since 2019 when they were used for 550 billion Chinese goods. In response, they sent price lists for $75 billion worth of US goods. In other words, more taxes are on the way. There's a good chance that a big trade war will happen here because both China and Russia are increasing their gold reserves by a huge amount right now. So if gold is threatened in any way, it will cause a lot of trouble between those two giants that trade a lot with each other. So we've put that on hold to see how that will play out, how gold will be affected, and where people will really put their money. But I'm betting on cryptocurrency, man. I think crypto will be the bet that everyone wants to make right now because, well, it's not tied to these kinds of markets or the kind of corruption that you'd expect from states in these situations. That is without a doubt very important. That being said, MicroStrategy or MicroSaylor will sell every other $51,780 Bitcoin, which is worth $4.6 billion. Numerous different countries see Bitcoin, among other things, as a way to keep their money safe. But right now, it's definitely just holding its value better than the US dollar or almost any other asset. It really is easy to get to. And really, it's just understanding who's in charge. So yes, it's probably more profitable to worry. And since there isn't a country nation, it's backing it and printing billions or trillions of Bitcoin all the time, just like the US dollar. Here's some information about XRP before we get to the XRP facts. I do need to say a quick word from a current video sponsor. That's BritishColumbia.fun and games. That's an interesting new game where you can all bet and you can all play it. There are a lot of fun video games there like Candy Crush, as you can see right here. Or there are others like this, Olympus of Laugh Games or Gates of Olympus. Besides that, they also let you bet on sports. As an example, think about the fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, which you may have placed a bet on fight night, and a big fight with each other. On top of that, they have nice bets on us. Aside from NBA betting, they also offer betting on many other sports. For those of you who are interested in this kind of site, please click on the link below and let's go back to the video here. There's a big deal going on here. Nice work, Tristan. One Bitcoin is now really worth more than the average US retirement savings for the first time ever. As you can see, the average amount of retirement money due in the United States in 2022 was $86,900. Bitcoin is now worth more than that, so the last time we were told something like this, it could have been a really big deal. That's not enough for a Bitcoin. I also know people who are now enforcing Bitcoin retirement plans. You have our RSPES, which can now collect a lot more Bitcoin. It's crazy that's where we are now, but states say they're looking for Bitcoin to help pay off their retirement debt while buying Bitcoin. Blockchain ETFs are here. It is now possible to get all of this, and one Bitcoin is worth more than the average US retirement savings. I think things will only get better from here on out. Based on these numbers, I think there will come a time when one Bitcoin is worth more than 5 times the average US retirement savings. This is why I'm really excited to see how it changes over time. Having said that, I'd like to share a short word from Brad Garlinghouse with you because it talks about something really important that I think you all want to hear. Let's play this short clip now. Pay attention. Put aside the fact that the SEC was worried about the crypto markets before. Aside from ETH, XRP became the second most valuable virtual currency. Then the CC asked for help and said, hey, we think ETH might be fine. After they sued Ripple, ETH went up, but XRP went down. This is not the way our government should work. In the future, everyone will have the same chances and the playing field will be level. In this case, our government shouldn't be picking winners and losers. We believe that we will do well in the end and that everything will work out. But right now, it's making people in the neighborhood mad. And I really like how you describe it for the XRP family. The family group of XRP. That's what we are, man. We've been through a lot. On the other hand, we made it through and, in my opinion, come out much better. Because of this, he brought up a very important point. In a very short amount of time, like one day XRP became the main cryptocurrency, which Brad didn't talk about here, but it was the second most valuable virtual commodity for a long time and stayed there. It was only taken back when the SEC got worried. Now that the SEC doesn't have to worry about horrible Garlinghouse, he's resigning. I think he makes a very good point here. I do think that XRP will get that amount back to spot. Now I'm going to tell you guys why I think we will see Bitcoin if we look at these pre-crypto charts right now. Okay, the price is starting to move in the right direction. As of now, it's at 1.8%, but hold on a second. Take a look at what XRP is doing. I think that XRP has done much better than everything else in the crypto market this week.